to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team back in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special just around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. Spa Francochamps is a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 rights and 10 lefts, giving us a grand total of 19 corners. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in the conditions, we're not going to be seeing anything like that today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Norris, George Russell, the Professor, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, and Pierre Gasly. Mick Schumacher, Verstappen, Kevin Magnussen, and Hamilton. They've taken a grid penalty. Tsunoda, Joe, Valtteri Bottas, and Sebastian Vettel. Stroll, Albon, Sato, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's have a chat about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Welcome to Driving Immersion for the immersive racing experience. Up ahead, a full race with full simulation from the cockpit. No anti-lock brakes, no traction control, no driving line, fully manual pit stops, and simulation wear and damage. As you can see, we are starting off in heavy rain for 44 laps, but it does promise to clear up. For Spa, we've managed to place ourselves in P6 for the start, and we have a fast car for the race, and hopefully that will translate in this weather. Stick around for our pit strategy and our setup for the rain-soaked start of the race. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more racing ahead. So on we go for our installation lap of Spa-Francorchamps.
Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap.
So out of turn 1, we'll go down past the GT3 garages on the right and through the first DRS detection zone and right up to Eau Rouge, which is 2, 3, and then 4, a slight to the left here as we crest over the hill. Entering the first of 2 DRS zones, we reduced our fuel use to lean as we have started with less fuel than we can carry to complete the race. Hard braking into turn 5. Turn 6 here to the left. Downhill through turn 7.
Looks like it's going to be getting much lighter over the next 10 to 15 minutes. There should be more grip, but don't expect a dry track yet.
More heavy braking into turn 8 as it is still going downhill. We accelerate again through turn 9 to the left. Still going downhill. And we're going to be flat out through 10 and 11 once it dries up. Very wide apron there to the right. Turn 12 here to the right. We're going to bring that down to 5th or 4th gear once it dries up. Turn 13. Turn 14 here to the right. Very slow as we are going to prepare the car for a early exit out of turn 15, and we're going to be flat out here until we get to the bus stop, turn 18 and 19. So here, turn 16, a very wide left, and again very wide through 17, and there's a very wide apron again there on the right. And we're going to brake very hard down through turn 18 to the right. It's going to be down to 2nd gear And then we prepare for the exit out of turn 19. Down the pit straight into our starting grid box.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
So we'll wait for 5 red lights. When they go out, we will start. Here we go.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
Not a bad start off the line considering the rain. That is Fernando Alonso and the Alpine just to our front there. We have a bump on the entrance to Eau Rouge with Daniel Ricciardo and the McLaren. No damage indicated, but it did take us off track. Turn right into turn 5, left in 6. Very limited visibility
right,
through here.
Now for the rest of the race.
Very hard dive into turn 8. We are next to Fernando Alonso. We're going to let him squeak by. Turn 9 here again to the left. Very wide through turn 10 and 11. Riding here with Daniel Ricciardo and the McLaren. Doesn't look like he's got damage to his wings. We'll see as we cross the pit entrance if he'll come in for repair. But it looks like he's able to stay with the race. Turn 16 to the left. Left again through 17. Very wide for the 66, riding on the apron coming out of 17. Very hard braking. Still all under control through 18, through 19, and it looks like Daniel Ricciardo has managed to stay in the race without damage. Back on board with the 66 as we come around through turn 1. And it looks like we're making adjustments to our brake bias. In the rain, you'll want to be close to about 50, but through the hard braking sections, you can adjust it up a little bit as high as maybe 54. Again, it all depends on your anti-roll bars and the stiffness of your springs. Looking back at one of the Red Bulls, I believe that may be Max Verstappen, and that is a Ferrari he's racing with. Note that is the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo. So it looks like Max Verstappen is coming through the field, and we are just in front. Watching the 66 out of 14 and 15. With Max Verstappen just behind. Through the bus stop, 18 and 19, and Max Verstappen is right under the wing of the 66. So the heavy rain doesn't seem to be slowing down just yet. Up into Eau Rouge, 2, 3, and 4. Back on board with the 66, you got to see there that we do have a lot of wing on the car, and we were not able to get to our top speed in the rain. Back on board with Fernando Alonso, watching the 66 just behind. Still dealing with a lot of heavy rain. And you can see here that visibility is limited.
The circuit's definitely looking better than it was a few minutes ago. If we could just move a bit more of that standing water, we might be able to go on to the intermediates.
Exiting out of turn 15. You can see the barrier there on the very left. And we're going to be coming close to that once we start getting to full speed here, if this rain should ever end. We dive right underneath Fernando Alonso and we get him at the bus stop.
Nice move, good job. Okay, start actively conserving fuel, please, or we won't be finishing today. You need to be lifting off the throttle as you approach a corner. Let the drag slow you down a bit before you start active braking. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 12.8 seconds.
Now here's our pit strategy for the race. In the practice session, we got 101.86 kilograms of fuel. But for the race, since it's raining, we're only going to put in 42 laps, which is 97.3 kilograms. As far as the tires are concerned, there's no way to switch them from the wet or intermediate tires during a rain session, so we will do that as the race evolves. So we've actually not done a full race here at Spa since probably F1 2017 or 18, which is quite a long time ago, just very far into the career. We've done lapping, obviously, with many other games as well as F1, but never a complete race since then. And it has greeted us here today with a rainy start. It is now lap 4. We are back up to P6. Right behind Lando Norris coming out of the bus stop. And this is Max Verstappen. I believe he is the first to come in. And this may be a chain of other cars coming in as they are going to be changing out of their full wets into the intermediates. You can see the Ferraris. There's a Haas, another McLaren right behind him. Back on board with the 66. we did not take that opportunity to come in and change out of these wets.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
The pit crew seems to think that it's time to change out of these as the other cars are changing out as well. But right now there's still quite a lot of water standing on the track. And the thing with the wet tires here in F122 is that when they wear out or they're no longer
MFD for a new strategy option.
viable for the track conditions, the car will be very, very slippery and almost uncontrollable. And you simply have to limp back to the pit entrance. But by then, you know it's too late. You can see here that we are sliding through.
Still very slippery out here.
Radar showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain.
So it is still raining, but it's still very slippery through turn 14, and you can see that we slid out a little bit, and we have lost a little time to the cars ahead. Still a lot of tire spray, and we're going to continue on another lap. And it looks like the Alpine behind us, I believe that might have been Ocon or Alonso, has come in. Charles Leclerc in to change out. So is Lando Norris. So that was Lando Norris and the McLaren coming in. And right now,
your teammate behind is 38.6 seconds.
as everyone is changing out of their full wets, we are in first place, in the lead.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
So the pit crew's bugging me once again to change out of these tires. And first we're going to review what they're proposing. You have two choices here, either to confirm the change that they're proposing or keep current. And you can still go in there and manually change out what they're going to put on next. And right now we are looking at a set of new intermediates. So the full wets didn't go very long. They're only still at 17% or so. But the track conditions are changing. The sky is lightening. There is less spray coming from the front tires as we're circling the track. And they are going to start becoming unmanageable. Just not providing a lot of grip, even though it is still wet. So coming in through 17, 18 and 19. Here we are coming in to change out of these full wets. Lap 6 of 44. That is
So it looks like I'm the last one to pit.
Sergio Perez to the lead with Charles Leclerc right behind. Yes, we are the last to change out of these full wets. And when there is a forecast for the rain, you have no idea exactly how long these sessions are going to last on these tires. If it's going to rain a very long time or rain very little for a very short time. But the one thing you don't want to do is put on a set of tires, whether it's rain or full wets, and just circle once or twice around the track and having to change out again. So we're a little bit hesitant on changing tires as we were there, and that's why we were last to change out of the full wets. Just want to see a little bit more lightning in the clouds and a little less tire spray from the cars. Now this is basically our installation lap on these intermediates, so it's still going to be a little bit slippery. It'll be another lap or so before they are up to racing temperature. And by then we'll be able to gauge just how good they're going to be. But again, if the weather conditions change, for example, the track can dry up within 2 or 3 laps depending on the sun and obviously the wind and temperature and so on.
Okay, clear.
So I didn't see any cars on the side of the track there, but for some reason there may have been a yellow flag. Here we are coming in through 17 and 18. And that is Esteban Ocon with the Alpine just in front of us. And in front of him, I believe that is Pierre Gasly in a AlphaTauri.
And the gap behind us is 1.7 seconds.
Coming in through Eau Rouge, we are still downshifting. Their track is still wet. There is still just a little bit of rain falling, so we don't have full grip quite yet. And there we are with our ERS activated. We don't have top speed in 8th gear, as you saw. So the water on the track is lingering just a little bit. But it seems like we are on the right tire now as we are able to race with the other cars for the moment. Right under the wing of the Alpine just ahead. And we are going to have a good run on him. Coming in through Blanchimont. Turn 18, we're going to outbrake him. And we're going to get by the time we get through 19. Down the pit straight, we've gained a place.
So we're looking at another 5, maybe 10 minutes of this rain. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
So there we are getting a weather report. The skies do look a lot lighter, and we're just trying to see if this track is going to dry up soon. It's been a couple of laps on this set of intermediates, but there is no dry line very visible yet on the track as we circle around. And that is Pierre Gasly and AlphaTauri just handily staying ahead. Now again, we had a very fast car through the practice sessions, even through qualifying. And we kept that setup pretty much on the car. for the rain. So through this fast section here at the back of the track, we're actually able to stay up or even get close to passing. Here we are making a dive under Pierre Gasly, and we get him again through the bus stop like the other cars. So we're able to take advantage of our
Okay,
ERS.
gap ahead is 3.8 seconds.
And we do have very low wing settings, considering that it's raining. Spa is a very fast track, and so you want to take advantage of the long straights with less wing, even though it's raining.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Just testing the rear tires there to see if they're still gripping.
A little bit of a dry line forming on some parts.
Increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
Doing a lot of short shifting as we accelerate out of the hairpin. Still downshifting through Eau Rouge.
Okay, I think the track's going to be drying out quite soon. Be careful you don't burn out your tyres.
Yes, the thing about the intermediate tires is that even though it's slippery and they will slip, they are relatively predictable as when they will. So that is Daniel Ricciardo just ahead of us in the McLaren. It is lap 11. We are in P9, and the rain seems like it's slowing. Back on board with the 66, we are looking at the wear and tear and damage HUD on the lower right of your screen. We have about 8 or 9% wear on these intermediate tires as the track is drying. You can see that the little icon for the engine there is yellow instead of green as the rest of the car. And just above that to the right, you can see that there is a little check engine light that is illuminated in orange. We do have a few races under the belt of this engine, so it is due to be changed out. I believe this is our third.
Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still definitely on the right tyre for the time being, but we're probably not a million miles away from slick conditions.
Third engine of the season, and we're going to stretch it out just a little bit more so that we don't get penalized. Okay, so here's our setup, and we have a 15 in the front and 12 on the rear wing. During the practice sessions, we're actually able to run a very fast car with a 3 and an 8, but because of the rain, we're going to put a little bit on the rear wing to keep it down during acceleration and put a lot on the front wing just because we can change it as we change tires. For the differentials, we're going to leave it at 59 for the lock, as we're going to be doing a lot of modulation in the rain, and a 52 for the rear. For the suspension geometry, we're not going to make any special exceptions for the rain. We are at a negative 2.8 for the front, negative 1.6 rear camber. And for the toe, we're going to leave a little bit in there so that we can flick the car through the turns, especially at the bus stop.
So we're leading our teammate by 33.3 seconds.
For the suspension, we're going to make this very balanced between the front and the rear, as we have so much less traction in the rain. We will still make the rear end stiff for when the track will dry up. We're going to set the height at 5 because of standing water on the track. For the tires, we're going to make them relatively soft so they can be more compliant to the surface while it's slippery, but we're going to put more air in the rear tires for when it dries.
Clouds are getting thinner.
Racing very close to Daniel Ricciardo now in the McLaren. As we come in through Blanchimont, how are we going to get by? Not close enough before 18 and 19.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
So a little bit late to present the strategy. Here we are. They are proposing 2 reds and a medium to finish the race. That is quite a few pit stops to do.
Confirmed.
And we're going to keep the current plan right now. And actually, there is no plan. We are waiting to see when this track will actually dry. There is still rain falling. It's very slight. But you can see there's very little tire spray, and if for some reason
coming in for his stop now. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So if the wind picks up and the sun comes out, obviously it's going to dry the track very fast. As we start coming down the hill now, you can see that the water is pretty much gone, and it may be time to change out of these tires. We still have time. Here we are making a change for the pit crew. Looks
like it's probably about time we change tyres. It's a bit of a crossover period for sure, but the longer we stay, the worse it's going to get.
Actually making changes here to our front wing adjustment. We are going to bring that down to 11. I didn't quite see exactly what the plan was for the tires. We are still looking at what they're proposing, and that's 2 mediums to finish the race. Again, we're going to reject that plan coming out of 15.
Box is lap.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
We are coming in. I don't remember seeing exactly which tire we had planned to put on. And there we are, Daniel Ricciardo coming in also to the pits. Very tight here to come in. I understand that they wanted to slow down, but that's very tight entry to come in, especially at speed.
Last to pit again.
So still very curious which tire they're going to put on. It is a set of hard tires. And I believe a set of hard tires are capable of 40 laps. Now the laps here at Spa are actually longer than the normal track length at most tracks, so obviously we don't expect 40 with a longer lap. At lap 15, there are 30 laps left. I believe that is going to be pretty close to the end of their...
Lot of understeer in front. Hope these tires come in.
That should be pretty close to the end of their functionability or ability to grip, so it's going to be quite a stretch. So lap 15 of 44, we are in 11th place. Very wide as the tires are not up to temperature yet. And you can see that the track has completely dried. There's not a bit of tire spray left. Still very wide at 17. And you get a warning there about exceeding track limits. Pierre Gasly has the fastest lap. He is the car just in front of us. And he happens to have a set of the soft tires. And obviously at lap 16, he's not going to be able to finish the race with that set of tires. So at the moment, we are not racing with him, even though he is in front of us.
So the rain dried up fast.
Having a look at the timing on the steering wheel, we are 2.1 seconds ahead of our fastest lap so far for the race. So due to the fact that the track has dried up, four seconds now ahead of our fastest lap so far. So simple math, right now, after a couple of laps on this set of hard tires, we have about 2 or 3% wear, which indicates that we should be able to finish the race with this set of tires.
The car in front is 2.0 seconds. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 2.1 seconds.
So Lewis Hamilton behind us in the Mercedes. And there we are, Lando Norris with the fastest lap so far. So for F122, we just got the fastest lap with a 152. Yes, for F122, the McLarens with their new Mercedes engine are actually very racy. There we are through Eau Rouge. We were not on board to see, but we should be able to run flat through there now. Coming in through 5 and 6. Turn 9 in 4th gear just over the curb. Still wide through turn 10 and 11, but we are keeping it in between the white lines this time. There we are, exiting out of turn 15 as we're accelerating out. That barrier on the very left comes very close to the track, and a lot of times we are predicting just how much the car is going to slide towards the barrier as we accelerate out. And if you accelerate hard enough out of 15, you will slide out towards the barrier. Out of La Source, we race downhill and then back uphill through Eau Rouge. No lifting this time. And there is a car just ahead of us. That is Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, and we are not close enough to be able to use our DRS. So the great thing about the white tires, or the hard tires, is that they will be at a certain grip level for many, many laps, as opposed to the soft red tires, which will usually become grippy very fast, but will become very slippery very fast. But with the white tires, you can do a lot of laps and be able to predict how the car is going to be. The drawback is that they are obviously not going to be as grippy as the red tires, even when they are at their best. But that's why we have 3 sets of tires. So visually it looks like we are making time on the AlphaTauri. Yes, we are. Coming in very close at the chicane. We are now in DRS zone. DRS and DRS activated. So you can see there that our top speed is now over 200 miles per hour. But again, we are dealing with a compromised rain slash drying track setup. Again, we are able to run very well on this track, and
Car's washing out.
Very good speed with 3 and 8 on the wings. Again, for the rain, we had started with a 15 and 12, so we did reduce the front wing once we changed over to these dry tires. There we are, got around.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
The AlphaTauri, even though he's got the hard tires. And I believe that we just got a good pull from him, and we were able to dive in and just get around him in the turn. So yes, we did reduce the front wing down to I believe 11 from 15, so it produces less grip, but it produces less drag as well. Now the rear wing, we can't change the angle of the rear wing, but we do have our DRS that will basically stall the downforce coming from it. And that's why we are running a lot faster now once we have it open. And just ahead of us, Esteban Ocon again in the Alpine. And we should have it available to us this time around. Nope, not yet. Oh, it is open. All right. So depending on how fast they are in front of us, it may take us several laps to accumulate the benefit of the DRS being open. So turn 14 is very important, as it's going to definitely dictate where you're going to be coming out of 15, which will lead on to this flat out 16 and 7 through Blanchimont. And that is where we are now challenging the Alpine, coming in through the bus stop, and we get him. So what we're doing is we are actually activating the ERS just as we are coming out of 15, and we activate it just a little bit early as long as there's enough grip in the rear tires, and that's going to give us a very good run through that flat out straight. ERS now down through 5. And that is Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren just ahead of us. 6. Turn 8. And turn 9 also very important, as we are going to run flat out through turn 10 and 11. Ever closer now to the McLaren. We're having a good run on the set of reds, or I'm sorry, a set of hard tires. And I think we're benefiting from a lesser wing than the other cars. On board with the 66, we had to back out before we came in through 17. Just a little too close, and we probably wouldn't have downforce coming in through 17. Coming in through the source, you want to take that very close to the apex and prepare yourself for the flat out run here. So Daniel Ricciardo has a very good run on us, and I believe that it was due to the bus stop. Looking at the white proximity arrow on the screen, that is Esteban Ocon just behind us. So lap 22 of 44, we are in P9. And right now we are running on the white tires, the hard tires, hoping that they can take us to the end of the race. And in general, a pit stop will take about 30 seconds. So here we are coming around. Just get underneath the bus stop. At the bus stop. And we get around.
Nice move. Keep going.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Teammate behind is 44.0 seconds.
So this is our second race with our new teammate Marino Sato. The only time that you can invest in his abilities is between the races, and we haven't had a lot of opportunities yet. I believe that we were able to offer him some time behind the simulator to advance his skills, and that's about it. And that's kind of why he's at the back of the pack right now. He should be a little bit closer to us. There has not been a lot of accidents or yellow flag or yellow safety car periods, so he should be a little bit closer. And when we have the opportunity, we will invest more into his talent or his skill, and hopefully that will get us to more points paying positions through the races. Very wide again through 10 and 11, but the race is actually very forgiving in that section. Coming in through 14, you want to slow that down, and you want to touch the curb just a little bit to your left so that you can angle the car.
Did I burn off these tires?
Under full acceleration through 15. So we did go very wide through turn 10 and 11, and we're looking at the temperatures on the tires. If they are too hot, and it looks like they are within reasonable spec. So we are wondering why we keep sliding out through that fast section between 10 and 11. And it's very possible that they just don't produce that much grip, especially with lower wing settings. And that will just mean that we'll have to take 10 and 11 a little bit slower, I guess. Right now with our ERS, you can see that we're about 0.3 of a second faster than our fastest lap at this point in the track. More information from the steering wheel. We are now at a surplus of fuel, 0.11 laps. Still have our tire temperatures up as we are studying exactly how the tire temps are behaving as we are circling the track. Again, very wide through here, a little bit slower, and we stay within track limits. We are still able to stay ahead of the McLaren just behind, so we must be doing something right. Now he's got a very good run on us through Blanchimont, and we're going to see if he's going to try to outbrake us at the bus stop. We do close the door a little bit early.
So you've got a damaged wing. Too late to come in this lap.
So a
Okay,
quick
gap
look.
ahead is 5.5 seconds.
A quick look at the damage and wear HUD, and we noticed that the left front wing was actually a light yellow instead of a green, so there is damage and that is affecting our grip. riding on board with the McLaren, watching the 66. Just where does he have his advantage? You can see there that we did slide out.
Lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
It may not be the tires that we are suffering from. So there we had actually programmed a tire change as well as a wing fix. The repair for the wing is default at automatic, but you can actually program it there through your pit strategy screen to make them change it no matter what, or mandatorily. We are also going to change out of the tires. There's no need to come into the pits unless you change tires as well, no matter what you're doing. So we'll have a look at what we're going to do here with the 66. So lap 25 of 44. As we close off the lap, we are in the pits. And we are going to repair this wing or replace it. We are also going to change the tires. And we are going to go with the medium set. And at lap 26 of 44, we should still be able to finish the race with this set of tires. There we are. The wing change does take a long time. And that should be about 8 or 9 seconds. Standing still. So new front wing, new tires. We should be a little bit faster now. And coming out of the pits, we are behind Pierre Gasly, who we passed earlier. So we're not too far off. Esteban Ocon, the car that we were racing with, is a couple of seconds ahead of him. So a much needed pit stop to repair a wing, and we didn't lose too much time. So yellow should come into temperature in about a lap and a half. Being that this is a long lap, it should be just one lap. Next time we come around to the pit straight, they should be at temp and we can start driving them. So we're doing a lot of the strategy with the tires on the fly, as we started out with a range section, and we are looking at the HUD on the lower right of the screen just to make sure that those are new tires on there. It's very possible that through the practice sessions you may have inadvertently used both sets of yellows, if that's all you had, and put some wear on both sets. So you always want to make sure that no matter which tire you put on, especially the reds, because there are so many of them, when you leave the pits,
but be aware these tires need to go the distance.
When you leave the pits, you want to have a quick look and make sure that they are new. And if they are not, then you're going to have to accommodate them, as they are prematurely worn. Very slight lift there before we came into Eau Rouge. Again, this is our first full lap on this set of tires. And having a quick look at the braking there, we were able to brake much more deeply into the turns. I believe we were braking past the 100 yard marker, 100 meter marker, coming into turn 5. Able to do turn 9 in 5th gear, 10 and 11 with a lot of grip. So lap 27, 44 then is Pierre Gasly and the AlphaTauri. We caught up to him relatively quick. And we should be able to get around him pretty easily as we come into this high-speed section. We've got our ERS open or going. Nope, not going to happen this time. We did have to back out of turn 17. Fast lap again with a set of new tires and a new wing.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 45.7 seconds.
So a lot of wheel spin coming out of turn 1, and you get to see that. We are now getting around Pierre Gasly on the main straight. So lap 28, we are back up to Esteban Ocon and Alpine. We were previously racing with him just before we changed out of these hard tires and wing damage. So we're actually being able to catch up to him very fast in just a few number of laps. So our low wing fast setup is coming into play. And we are going to look at under. So we're able to drive under Esteban Ocon coming into the bus stop. He did lock up there real.
To the car in front is 12.4 seconds.
He did lock up big time. Maybe he was watching his mirrors, watching us come in, and as he was trying to regain grip, we just drove underneath. Passing the pit exit, you got to see Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes.
The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now.
And that would be him changing into a set of mediums. So that would be him with the proximity arrow showing he's right behind. He should be pretty fast. But his tires might not be up to temperature just yet. And we should be able to stretch out a little bit of distance here. As we've got a low wing setup, 16 and 17. Very well done through the bus stop. Now coming in through the source, you can see that he's still behind us. He should not have his DRS. We'll see in just a second. He does have it open. So he was close enough at the source. So having a look at the timing, Lewis Hamilton is about 1.6 seconds behind us. It may be that he's actually got less wing than we have, and that is why he may be slower through the curvy sections of the track. Well, for some reason now he is showing 2.1 seconds behind through the fast section. And we just passed Daniel Ricciardo in the pits. So now lap 31 of 44. Just 13 laps to go. So a good view from the T-cam, and this is why a lot of other racers will drive the car from the T-cam. You can actually see exactly where the tires are landing as you circle the track, but it's just not very realistic as when you're driving. Obviously you don't have this viewpoint and you're not able to see all the cues as far as where you should place the car. On board the Alpine, watching the 66 just behind. And we are coming up to the bus stop. Are we going to be able to outbrake him? Not this time. Down the straight, we've got our DRS open.
She had a good run on me on the exit.
Yes, this is Fernando Alonso, world champion. He's not going to give up easy. But right now, all signs show that we are faster than him around the track. And it's just a matter of time of picking a place to make a pass. Coming out of 15, going into the 16 and 17. We are right under his wing. Right at the bus stop, and we are going to just get in. And we get to the apex just before he does, so he's unable to turn in, and we make the pass.
Maneuver. You made it look so easy.
Lap 32, we are in P7. Just got around Fernando Alonso after a couple of laps. Still battling with him here through Eau Rouge. A couple of bumps. We are locked. And he takes the wall.
I've got some information on Alonso. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stocked vehicles on the track.
So as Eau Rouge,
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
so as Eau Rouge turns to the left on turn 3, there's no way to get 2 cars through there, especially at speed, coming over the crest, and just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, Fernando Alonso is not going to just give in, and we just tap the lock wheels. He took the worst of it, and judging by what we saw, looks like he lost his wing and a wheel. So now we have a full course yellow. Right now we're going very slow as we have a delta time to meet before we can collect to the safety car.
Boxes lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
So this is an opportune time to change out of these tires. They're actually not doing too bad, but because of the laps that we have remaining, it's possible that we can actually go a little bit more, gain a little bit more time. And we are coming in for a set of reds that we've been saving for such a special occasion. I think we actually have 2 reds that are new that we've been saving through the weekend. So there we are. You can see the reds are going on. Another fortunate turn. Lap 34 of 44. We are under the safety car. We came in to change out of our medium tires just because we can. And these red tires should last 10 laps. So we come out just ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, and then we are behind Kevin Magnussen, but we will catch up to him momentarily as we are being collected by the safety car. Fernando Alonso out of the race. Locking wheels with the 66 through Eau Rouge. And brushing the wall big time, losing a wheel in the front wing. So right now, with the stroke of luck, we are going to have a very good run for the finish. Got a quick look there at the car just ahead of us. He's got the yellows on, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is coming in right now. So that is Magnussen and the Haas just ahead of us, with Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren ahead of him. There's the timing. Charles Leclerc up in front with Sergio Perez just behind. And right now we are all very close together as we are collected by the safety car. You can kind of see him just way ahead there, disappearing in the distance. So we're looking for the light boxes. Right now the yellow light is flashing around the white SC sign. That means the safety car. Once the SC sign is turned off and yellow light is still flashing, that means the safety car is coming in. It's still pretty early in the lap to call in the safety car, but we will know, I believe, by turn 15 here if it is coming in. Again, we're looking for the light boxes. There's the light box. Safety car is still eliminated, so he may still stay out this lap. Having a look at the tire temperatures, the brake temperatures. Oh, that's a big blow up. That is Kevin Magnussen, I believe, and he is out of the race. Here's a quick replay of his engine expiring, a lot of smoke coming out, and it looks like he's going to have to just pull over. Race is done for Kevin Magnussen. Lap 35 of 44 under the safety car. So if anything about F1 22 and previous F1 games, there are major engine grenades or terminations, but we have not seen a flat tire. In fact, we haven't grenaded an engine or had a flat tire throughout the season so far. But it should be included with any of the things that can happen here to be inclusive of everything that goes on in Formula One. We've had transmission problems with skipping gears and so on, but the transmission has always seemed to have replaced it or repaired itself so that we regain all the gears within a few laps. I suppose if you're going to set the settings to simulation, you should have all those failures available as well. So yes, we are very late into the season and we've not had a flat yet. And I guess you could consider that fortunate, but we haven't seen anybody have a flat at all.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
So there we are coming in through turn 15. They are calling safety car in. And then we will be back to racing. Lap 36 of 44, just 8 laps to race. We have a fresh set of reds, and looking at the timing on the upper left of the screen, you can see the 2 cars ahead of us have mediums, and those will be aged at this point. Coming in through 18 and 19, the bus stop, waiting for the green flag to fall, and there we go, back to racing.
The track is clear,
start-finish line.
flag.
Now we should still have a very fast car as we have our wings set pretty low. So our setup should come into...
Gap to your teammate behind is 4.0 seconds.
show an advantage here while with the drying track. Very good show there to Daniel Ricciardo in McLaren. Coming out of turn 9. Very wide. Just to accomplish or get through 10 and 11 with very good track, you have to actually plan it ahead of time before you get there. And many times we've taken different lines, and you can see that we've gone wide. Here we are. We've gotten around Daniel Ricciardo and the McLaren. Coming in through the bus stop, that is an Alpine to our right. There's a little bump there. And it looks like he may have lost his front end plate. Yes, that is Esteban Ocon. He knocked off his front end plate to his front wing just before we arrived at the bus stop. So he will be slowing down now. And just ahead of us, we have Pierre Gasly and AlphaTauri coming through Eau Rouge. We're not going to take any risks this time. He is a little bit slow, so we cut on the inside, and now we are ahead of him. Very close in tow. Is he going to make a dive? Nope. So within the last couple of laps, we've gotten around 4 cars. So we do have a very fast car with this set of reds. Now ahead of us is Lewis Hamilton by a little bit over a second, but he's in the Mercedes, and we'll just see how much he's got. He does have a set of mediums on. And the medium should be about a second and 3/10 slower than the reds, the soft tires that we have on. Unfortunately, they are a little bit aged now or worn on his Mercedes, and here we are coming around. And we get him very easily before we get to the bus stop. Another Mercedes just ahead of him.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
So right in line with Russell. And we've got to be close enough here to activate our DRS as we exit. There we are. And we are on the inside before we get to the chicane. So that move actually started as we came out of turn 1. Having a very good jump out of the hairpin, and then building up speed through Eau Rouge and the straight with the DRS, and getting around him before we get to turn 5. So looking on now to the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Again, flat out through here, and we have a very good jump. And you can attribute that to our brand new set of reds. And we get around the outside of turn 17. So this is Verstappen just ahead of us, coming out of turn 1. We do have a very good jump again. As you can see, we're getting a little bit closer to him. He does have a couple of cars in front of him, so he does have a tow with his DRS. So he's not as vulnerable as the Mercedes was just a lap ago. Looking back from Verstappen at the 66. We are filling up the frame now as we are very close. Come through 8. Again, very wide through 10 and 11. Turn 12, turn 13, turn 14, and we want to be just under his wing as we exit out of 15 so that we can build up speed. No DRS in this section, so no advantage for him. We are under the tow of a couple of other cars. And he happens to make a move on the McLaren of Norris through the chicane. And for right now, he gets by into turn 1. Still racing with each other, here we are. Riding now with Lando Norris in the McLaren. We have the 66 just behind. You can see there the tow that we have, but we have the advantage of getting a jump out of turn 1. And you can see that we are right up to him. A couple of cars just ahead of us here. And you can tell that it's too wide. Through turn 4, turn 5, 7. So back up to Max Verstappen. We are under his wing through 10 and 11. Very close racing here. And nope, we are just a little too wide. Lap 42 of 44, 2 laps to go. We have made our way around Max Verstappen. Now in third place after a very good run with a brand new set of reds. That car disappearing just ahead of us is Sergio Perez in the other Red Bull. And right now he's quite a distance ahead of us so that we can't activate our DRS, so he's got an advantage right now. Looking back from the 66 at Max Verstappen, nothing he can do with his set of yellows. So there's Sergio Perez just ahead. We are catching him very rapidly. He is on a set of mediums. Using every bit of the track to maintain our speed. Coming through 15. Sorry, 12 and 13. This is 14 and 15. Under his wing, are we going to get him before we get to the chicane? Yes, we are on the outside. And we are just fast enough to get past him before we get to the bus stop. There is a red car just ahead. And that is
so we're leading our teammate by 24.9 seconds.
That is the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, showing now in timing as 2.8 seconds ahead with just one lap to go. .4 seconds. There he is. We are getting visually closer. That's 2.1 seconds. Turn 14. Turn 15. We are just a few car lengths behind him now. And the question is, do we have a speed advantage through here? Does not appear to be so. We are still very far away. We're not going to be able to dive. Just underneath him. As we exit out of 19 to come across the start-finish line.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
And he gets a very good jump out of turn 1. Through the hairpin, now through Eau Rouge. No DRS available for us. Just 1.3 seconds behind.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
10 and 11. We did carry a little too much fuel again this time around. Considering the rainy start, that did allow us to save a little bit of fuel, but I think we started with 2 laps less than we needed. Let's see if we have a tow. Do we have a tow from the Ferrari before we get to the chicane? No, right now we are not close enough. And he is going to be clear out of turn 19. And it looks like Charles Leclerc is going to finish just ahead of the 66.
My friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you very much.
So a very satisfactory race. We are driver of the day, finishing in second place, just behind Charles
difficult
Leclerc.
race then on one of the all-time classic circuits, but they persevered to take the win here today. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on track was: speed. I know it sounds like an awfully reductive statement, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
So a podium finish here at Spa for the number 66 is very satisfactory for the team.
Let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Our championship leader is still sat at the top of the standings, but their rivals have made up some solid ground today. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to the Professor. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So there we are in second place. You can see there that we got 19 points for the weekend, 1 point for the fastest lap of the race, and we did achieve that by having the fastest set of tires as the race was closing in the dry. And again, a very satisfactory result after a very rainy start. Not knowing where the race was going to go as far as weather. So we're pretty happy with that. And here's the list of incidents for the race. You can see there that Fernando Alonso was out of the race on lap 33, with Kevin Magnussen having an engine expire on lap 35 behind the safety car. And here are the pit stops and pit strategy for the various drivers. You can see here that we came in for 5 sets of tires. Most came in for 4. And that is because we came in for the 5th one, which was the very fast red tire at the end. Further down the field, you can see that Alexander Albon also came in for 5 tires, and as well as Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas, Latifi, my teammate, and Esteban Ocon also came in for 5 sets of tires. And again, everybody started off in the wets, intermediates, moved on to softs. A few of the teams moved on to the mediums. We were the only team that used the hard tires through the race, but if it wasn't for the safety car at the end of the race, things would have turned out certainly differently, as we wouldn't have had the set of red tires on to finish very strongly. So that's going to do it for the Grand Prix at Spa. Thanks for watching the race at Driving Immersion. If you like the race, don't forget to give us a like or a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for more racing ahead. As always, we welcome any advice on the race or our programming, so feel free to post a comment below. The next race is in the Netherlands at Zandvoort, so we'll see you then.